flow coming at you today, moving with our breath just to help center you and ground you. We're going to start in an all fours position with our wrists stacked under our shoulders, knees stacked under our hips. Begin to plant those palms down firmly into the earth, spreading your fingertips nice and wide. And just getting a little bit of engagement through the arms, thinking about wrapping our triceps in towards our heart center. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the eye gaze, smile, open your collarbones. As you exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin, think of sending your shoulders high to the ceiling. Inhale to lower the belly, lift the eye gaze, maybe think about drawing your hands back towards your knees, a little bit of back engagement. As you exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round, drawing your shoulders up to the ceiling. Coming into that midway position here, tucking our toes. We'll lift our knees and just hover them about an inch away from the floor here. Coming into a couple of cat-cows with our knees lifted away from the floor. Moving with your breath, inhale, arch the spine, exhale to round. One more here, and as you round here, think of sending your hips high towards the ceiling. We'll find our first downward facing dog. Keep that arm engagement happening, still planting those fingertips nice and wide here, drawing those triceps in towards each other, and then draw your attention to your legs and your feet. As you inhale, we'll raise to our toes, bend the knees as much as feel comfortable here. And then as you exhale, think of trying to let those heels just sink a little deeper closer to the mat. We want to think of hiding our heels behind our feet here as well. Just notice how maybe those inner thighs roll back a little, roll inward. Couple more breaths here. Maybe even thinking about pressing your hands down and forward into the mat. Notice how that might lift the hips a little higher. And then we're going to be rounding forward into our plank position. So as you inhale, round through the spine like we did in our cat and our cow, rolling one vertebrae at a time until you find your plank. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the hips, rolling through the spine. Just moving with your breath here as we did with our cat and our cow, but thinking of moving just one vertebrae at a time, so really slowing this rounding sensation down. Should feel pretty nice through the spine here, and just also switching on your core slightly here. I like to bend through my knees as I arch and lift those hips higher. Just one more here with your own breath. Meeting back in our downward facing dog. And then thinking of that cat-cow position, all fours once more. Rolling forward slightly. Looking to the knees and just letting them lower down onto the earth at the same time. Beautiful. From here, we'll extend our left leg back behind us, flexing through the foot to keep that hamstring engaged. And then if it feels okay here, raise your right arm out as if you're reaching to shake someone's hand. So creating a nice long line from fingertips all the way out the sole of the left foot. As you inhale, squeeze into a tight little ball, elbow to knee. As you exhale, expanding out. Inhale to squeeze in. Exhale, expand. Inhale to squeeze. Exhale, expand here. Lower down the right hand. Swivel the right foot out. So we come to a side angle. Bit of a plank position here, or a gates pose. And then we'll use our core to come all the way up. So we've got our right knee stacked under our right hip and our left leg out long to the side here. We're going to reach our arms down that left leg, opening it up through the outer seam, that right side of the body. And as we inhale, lowering that right hand back down, leaning the weight until that left leg hovers once more. We'll reach out with our left hand for our outer left foot. And just begin to expand that chest open, thinking of pressing our hand into our foot into our hand, opening through the chest. Nice lower back stretch here as well. When you're ready with control, letting that leg go, keeping it hovering off the floor, left hand behind the skull. From here, we're just going to begin to find a little bit of glute activation, so lowering and lifting that left leg. 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, get ready to hold it up, 4, 2, 4, 1, hold that leg up. You can keep the hand behind the head or on the hip if it's more comfortable. And we're just doing little sweeps forward and back with that left leg now. It's really normal to feel this through both bottom cheeks. Sweeping 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Keep that hover. Final exercise, little circles here. About the size of maybe a basketball. 4, 5, 4. Feel the bottoms. Switch on. 3, 2, 1. Back the other way. Try and keep it hovering. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Good job coming all the way up. Finding that nice stretchy over the left leg once more. Slowly making our way back down into our all fours position. Little shake out of the pelvis here. This time our right leg reaches back behind us. Perhaps that left arm reaches out in front. As you inhale, squeeze elbow to knee, rounding the spine. As you exhale, expand fingertips out the sole of the foot. Squeeze in as you inhale. Exhale, expand. One more time. Squeezing in. Exhale, expand. Holding it here. Left hand comes back down to the earth. Swivel that left leg out and find that gates pose or that plank variation. Using your core to slowly make your way up. And then stretching all the way over that right leg this time. Perhaps eye gaze can lift if it feels okay on the neck. Slowly making your way back down. Letting that right leg hover. Bending the right leg and reaching with your right hand on the outer foot. To press foot into hand, hand into foot. Lift through the chest. Nice open stretch here. Just a couple of breaths. And then letting go of that right leg. Right hand comes behind the skull. We'll keep that right leg hovering and then begin for those little leg lifts. 4, 5, 4. Keep core engaged here. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, sweeps forward and back. Try and keep the leg hovering. 4, 5, 4. Keep your core active here. 3, 2, 1. Keep it hovering for the final exercise here. Little circles. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. Get ready to reverse. 1. Reversing here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Slowly making your way up, finding that nice candlestick stretch. Opening through the whole outer left seam of the body this time. Slowly lowering your hand back down. Coming to our all fours. Little shimmy shake side to side of the pelvis. And then when you're ready, we're going to find our way into a plank pose here. Bringing your chest slightly forward of the wrist. If you'd like to, you can always drop down to the knees if it's more comfortable. And then slowly lowering down onto our belly. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. wider than your mat, think of actively pressing down through big toe mounds into the mat, pubic bone into the mat here as well. And then as you inhale, drawing your chest up, opening through the collarbones. Exhale, rolling back down. So I like to visualize a wave here. So really articulating through one vertebrae at a time. One more lift here. Lowering all the way down. This time, bring your hands next to your chest, but try and hover them away from the earth. And if it feels okay, perhaps reach your fingertips back behind you. Just noticing how that changes, how it feels through the backs of the shoulders here, the shoulder blades. Perhaps lift up a little higher, keep nice and active through the fingertips. And if it feels okay, perhaps even lifting the legs as if they were a tail, squeezing them together. See if you can relax the glutes slightly here and fire up through the back body. Keeping a nice long line through the neck here so we're not arcing the head back. Perhaps lifting a little higher. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing all the way down. Just a moment here in crocodile position. You can keep your palms pressing down onto the earth or just relax them back by the hips. Forehead comes down onto the mat here as well. And I just want you to start to think about deepening your breath. So nice deep breaths here. And I want you to visualize as if I've got my hands onto the top of your back, and you're breathing into my hands. So you're really expanding, feeling the back body expand as you breathe. So keep that forehead down on the earth. Deep breaths, breathing into the upper back, feeling your belly inflate. Seeing if you can deepen your inhale breath and lengthen your exhale breath. Just 2 more rounds here. And then slowly lifting your gaze, bringing your hands next to your chest, pressing yourself back, still lifting navel to spine. We will find our child's pose here. So sending hips to heels, reaching hands forward, perhaps coming onto finger pads here to stay a little more active. And then slowly making your way up, finding a downward facing dog. From here, our right leg reaches to the ceiling. Right knee comes to your nose. Place the foot between the hands. Lower down on that left knee. And then either keeping that back toe still tucked or just with the front of the foot down, up to you. Walk your hands onto your thigh. And begin a little actively here, thinking of drawing our front heel towards our left knee. Just notice how perhaps that keeps the pelvis nice and square here. And then once you're thinking about that drawing action, can let those hips sink a little lower and notice how that opens through the psoas. If you want to add a little side stretch here as well, you can reach up, grab your left wrist with your right hand, and gently pour yourself over to that right side. One more breath here. Coming back to center. Slowly lowering those hands down. Tuck the back toe. Press either into your downward facing dog, or you can come through a flow here. Any option. We'll all meet in that downward facing dog position. Left leg reaches high. Bring the knee into your nose. Place it between the hands. Drop that right knee down. Again, keeping the back toe tucked or planting the front of the foot down. Hands come onto your left thigh. Thinking of actively drawing our left heel back towards our right knee. Noticing how that squares up through the pelvis. Once you're feeling that nice active position happening, you can slowly let your hips sink down if you'd like, noticing that nice opening through the psoas. And if you want to add that side stretch, Reaching the arms up, left hand grabbing hold of the right wrist this time. Inhale to reach up, exhale, just a little side stretch here. Making sure that left knee still going up towards the ceiling. One more breath. Slowly lower the hands down. Tap the back toe, pressing straight back into your down dog, or perhaps coming into a flow. Meeting in our downward facing dog. Raise to the toes, bend through the knees, look to the hands. You can step or float towards the hands. Big toes come into touch, heels slightly apart, bend through your knees. You might like just to simply tap those fingertips beside your heels and find our Utkatasana chair pose. Sinking down nice and low here. Thinking of actively drawing our lower belly away from our upper thighs. If it doesn't feel good through the shoulders, just simply lower the hands here. Maybe a wider or a bent elbow will feel good to you here today. Couple more breaths. Use your exhale here to ground down a little more, sink a little lower. As you inhale, think of growing that spine a little taller. Exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, grow the spine. Exhale, sink a little lower. We're going to lower all the way down onto our bottoms in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the legs, find your boat position. Perhaps straightening the legs here or keeping them bent, whatever feels good. When you're ready, bending the knees again, bringing the feet a little wider this time. And if you can with no hands, we're going to slowly make our way up into our Malasana squat. I'll face this way just so you can see. Squat our feet nice and wide, toes point out slightly, elbows come inside the knees. Press your palms in towards each other. Lift the chest if it feels good. Perhaps a gentle rock side to side through the hips. Feeling that nice groin opening. One more breath. And then reach those arms out in front. Slowly lower all the way down to your bottom. We'll open those legs out nice and wide now. Finding a comfortable position. Feet either flexed, toes towards your face or pointing through the toes. Sitting up nice and tall to begin with. And then slowly lowering all the way down. It might feel good here to pop a cushion or a block under your forehead. Just let your weight pour forward. Take a couple of breaths. Maybe inch your fingertips a little further forward. Whatever feels good. See if you can come back to your breath here. Often with the first sign of discomfort, we want to get out of the pose. See if you can breathe into it. Release something. Breathe into any tension you might feel. And just let go of any attachment you have to what you think this should look like. Focus on any sensations you feel. Just one more cycle of breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Slowly make your way all the way up. Bring your feet together into Baddha Konasana and just begin with some little circles here. Might feel nice through the spine. Like we did in our cat and our cow. Just let yourself arch and round through the spine. Maybe circling the other way as well. And then finding stillness. You can bring this out into a larger diamond position or keep the feet in nice and close to your pubic bone. Maybe even grabbing the soles of the feet and opening slightly like a book. Wherever you are, know that it's perfect in this moment, in this body. Couple of breaths here. You can always sit on a cushion here if this isn't comfortable. Or like I said, bring the feet out a little wider, making the diamond shape a little bit bigger. See if you can relax your shoulders away from the ears. Relax your jawline. If you were draped over your legs, slowly make your way up. And then cross the legs just whatever way is most comfortable. Find a mudra here, first finger against your thumb. Keep the rest of the palm nice and open. Draw the shoulders back and down away from the ears. See if you can imagine your body like a vine, so your sit bones going deep down into the earth as if they're roots. And your spine and neck and head all reaching up for the heavens. Take one deep centering breath. Feel free to let it go out the mouth if that feels cleansing for you. And in this moment, just let one thing come to you that you're grateful for. Don't overthink it, just whatever pops into your head, just go with that. Just one moment of appreciation for a thing, a person, a place, a moment. Bring your hands to your heart. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Namaste.